Hi, I'm Danny Knightmare.
And I'm Gory B Movie.
Lucha
Gory.
You're also forgetting something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my triumphs are so heavy.
Yeah,
It's hard being, you know.
Tarot cards did you good.
What is, like if I was a wrestler, I would do Lucha Gory, but what would be my thing? Like, there's the big dog, the man.
I don't know.
Well, it's hard being whatever it is I am.
The Jawbreaker.
Hilarious.
Well, you won last time.
Hey, Monty's here.
Sup,
I did
Monty?
win. Monty, look at this. The power of tarot, buddy.
Yes, that means I need to eat a chili pepper milkshake, but that'll be a separate video because I need to, film myself making it.
I think you mean you get to eat a chili pepper milkshake, because I've been growing these beautiful cow horn peppers in my garden. Fresh, beautiful, and who doesn't like ice cream?
Yeah, it's going to be gross. But whatever. I do like the pepper. I tried
Way to compliment my cooking in front of everybody, hon.
I'm going to be making it myself, so it's my cooking.
Yeah, that's right. All right, fair enough.
Heading home from vacation, well, where are you at? Somewhere nice and better weather than what we're having right now, I hope.
It's lovely outside. Gray, gloomy. Reminds me of home.
Rainstorm. I got to drive in later today. Hopefully it'll be done by the time I go on my trip. Okay, so we're going to be doing SummerSlam.
He said Wildwood, New Jersey.
Oh, nice. I just think of, Wildwood. Yeah. Bang, bang, Wildwood.
I think of Jersey, like My Chemical Romance and Bon Jovi.
Yeah. It's better than the Jersey Shore.
Ain't ever seen that.
We watched it on Beavis and Butthead. Remember, she pooped in the fridge.
We're getting off track.
She pooped in the fridge.
You are getting off track. I thought she just put her butt in the fridge.
I don't know.
She was hot.
Well, they made pooping jokes for her.
Anyhow, you are way off track.
She has a better win record than Sting in WWE. It's sad. All right, so we're gonna do SummerSlam predictions. There we go. We'll start off with the. Oh.
See, it's perfect.
Cool. I like what you did there.
Doesn't he kind of look like the Hopper from Stranger Things?
My hand. No.
Does too.
Oh, well, I guess now that you say it, I kind of see it. Gulak. He doesn't normally, though.
Yeah, well, now he does, because he probably just saw the new season of Stranger Things and thinks it's really good.
Yeah, I guess so. So, we got Drew Gulak, returning champion here, going to be defending his Cruiserweight title to Oney Larkin. I am totally rooting for Oney Larkin, but I have a feeling Gulak will retain.
I gotta agree. I think it's Gulak. I mean, he's got the bigger. Here's science. He's got the bigger beard, for one, and yeah. I mean, he even looks smug in this picture that we're looking at here. Like he knows he's gonna win. I don't know. I think Oney needs to hang out in the WWE ring in a couple more pay-per-views before he's gonna get his win.
Well. You'd only had seen Oney at this point in NXT takeovers. Him and Danny Burch were a great team, but they always came up short. They are always so close, but always just there to put other people over. I don't really know what Oney's doing in 205, but I don't know. I just don't think that he's going to get it.
Well, as far as the WWE pay-per-views go, not the NXT takeover, he is new, so...
Yeah. Though when Elias was in NXT, he was losing to Oney Larkin every week until he got kicked out.
Dude, NXT is a totally different show.
I know it is, but like I said, I just don't think he's gonna win it.
I don't think so either. You should write that down.
All right, so Gulak.
Danny, take a note.
Gulak is what we got.
I like Gulak better. Is there a correct way to pronounce it?
Well, Monty doesn't. I mean, you can't let us know who's gonna your predictions right here. I mean, yes,
yeah, Gulak or Oney.
Give us the.
They both sound like troll names, not to be like a dick, but like orcs,
yeah.
like two orc names. And orcs are cool. There's nothing against them, but
I like orcs.
That's something that's gonna get pulled up later on in the future.
Why do you keep hitting my arm?
Because your arm's in my way.
You just don't want me to does it. All right. So, Finn Balor versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. We're still getting our Funhouse videos while he's good Bray Wyatt, but he's always warning you, watch out for The Fiend. The Fiend has been showing up and destroying legends. First Mick Foley, then Kurt Angle, and of course Finn himself. I just think The Fiend obviously has to win this match.
I agree. Well, there's a few other things to consider, too. Finn Balor has already said that after SummerSlam, he's taking some time off to spend time with family, so it wouldn't make any sense for him to win this. They've also been building up and building up. They put so much work into building up The Fiend having an official match. I mean, he's shown up in other matches, but this is his official on-the-card match. So the only logical thing is for him to win. This is a no-brainer, I think.
Yeah. So, we both got Bray, right?
Yep, so far we're agreeing.
And Monty seems to be agreeing with us today, too.
Well, so far these seem pretty easy.
Yeah. Alright,
Hopefully it gets more interesting. I like it when we disagree. It's more fun.
Well, it's the only chance I have of winning.
That's
sadly.
true. I guess I still keep the belt, so we can agree. That's fine.
Champions.
Maybe we'll disagree on this one. I know how much you love AJ Styles.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he retains.
I disagree.
I didn't think he was going to win it until SummerSlam. He won it early, but...
I honestly... I thought Ricochet was going to win the last one, so... I think Ricochet's really up and coming. I think he's really talented. I think he's really... He's just ripe for a win, is what I'm thinking. And I think it's time that belt changed hands, so I'm going to say Ricochet.
Well, the belt changed hands last time, which was a little early for me. I thought Ricochet was going to retain last time as well.
Yeah, but he only had it for one, so that barely even counts. He barely, that's not even enough time for the hamster to be on the wheel. He got to touch it, but he didn't get it he didn't have a streak, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking AJ ruined that.
True. Though, I don't know. I just think that AJ is going to retain because of the original OC, the O Club. I think they're going to help him keep it. He might even just win. Ricochet might win by disqualification. That I can say that. I'm just saying my prediction is AJ retains the title. Because the club have a lot of momentum going right now. And
that's true. I do see there being some interference, but I really want Ricochet to win this.
I think AJ's going to win this so he can move on to kind of feud the club versus the New Day.
Really?
I think
and then
so.
what happens to Ricochet? Is he going to be
I don't know. That's what's sad about it. I mean, I might be wrong.
Left in the dust?
I might be wrong. And if Ricochet does win, I think that's awesome. Ricochet is awesome. But
I have really bad news.
Huh.
I think I might sneeze, and it's going to be really gross in this mask.
Well, you should, turn your head away from the camera and take your head out of the mask.
Dude, that would bring shame upon my lucha brethren.
Yeah, Monty agrees with you there. Okay, this one should be,
I like
in my
Rick
opinion,
and Gulag better. I like his typo names for them better.
Yeah.
This is a fucking... No question. No question.
So we got the returning Goldberg versus
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler, who has taken jabs at his name, his good name, besmirched his good name a couple of times. They made it look like Ziggler was going to feud The Miz.
That was a 50-cent word there, hon. Nice.
Firstly,
Dude, don't leave a girl hanging.
Oh. Ziggler was, scheduled to face The Miz, but then they said, well, no, it won't be The Miz, and then they made it seem like it was going to be Shawn Michaels, but nope, Goldberg's music came out, and yes, he said, nope.
Goldberg's music came out, it was in the closet?
Yeah, it was.
We should throw a party, that's really exciting news.
Don't tell Goldberg that. But Goldberg's going to win. He's going to get his... He had a horrible showing with The Undertaker, but at least Ziggler will make him look like $1 million out there. It's going to probably be quick. It's probably going to be less than a minute. Probably just going to be a spear and a jackhammer, to be honest.
Yeah, actually, I absolutely think we're going to see the jackhammer. This is definitely a no-brainer. Goldberg's going to win it. But it is really, for Dolph Ziggler, I think it's big for him to be with Goldberg, because this is a match that people are going to be looking forward to. It's going to be a big highlight of the night. I think it's going to probably be a squash match, but just to be in the ring with Goldberg, it's going to be good for Dolph Ziggler.
Goldberg matches just tend to be better when they're quick, so it's just how it is.
People love Goldberg, though.
They do, but we all admit that...
I prefer him as Santa, but...
yeah, I loved him in Santa's Sleigh. That's what we mark out for. He comes out, he has a big entrance. He's usually bleeding from his forehead before he even gets to the ring because he likes to hit his head against the door.
And
but then it's usually spear, jackhammer, and that's what people just want to see,
he's
honestly.
not the only legend who's on the card.
No, there's actually a couple returning. In fact, the next one will be Trish Stratus versus...
You see how I did that segue?
Yeah.
Man, that was so smooth. It was like butter.
Smooth.
There, just let me do it. Yeah, something you can't get perfect.
Oh, well. Trish Stratus is coming back.
Holy
and she
balls.
says...
Trish Stratus's boobs are like almost in her collarbone. That is a push-up bra. Like that is that push-up bra is earning its money. Well done. Good purchase.
Well. Anyway, she's in her 40s now. She has kids. But she needs to come back, she says. She has that itch. Have one more match. She has tweeted that this possibly might be her last match. Granted, wrestlers say that all the fucking time. There is no actual retirement in retiring in wrestling. Retiring just means wrestling less. But I'm gonna go with...
by the way, your hair looks really nice.
Thank you. Well, you did it. So
I know.
Thank you. You did a good job.
Kind of complimenting myself.
I'm going with Charlotte Flair, though.
Really? We
Yep.
disagree again. Because, all right, so I've thought about this. I've thought about this a lot. Danny. So the other thing that's notable about SummerSlam is it's in Canada.
Uh-huh.
Now, we have 2 people from Canada on the card. We have
There's
Natalya.
3 of them, but
3?
Kevin Owens.
Okay, I did not know that. All right, so we have Natalya, and we have Trish Stratus. She's Canadian, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's actually from her hometown. She's Toronto.
Exactly. Which I was pretty sure was the case. Now, I'm not going to get into the Natalya match right now, but let's just say I don't think Canada's going to be maybe excited about the outcome of that one. So, you're in the hometown, Toronto. You're going to want to give Canada a win. I don't think they're going to get the other one, so I'm going to say this one's going to go to Trish Stratus. Because Charlotte Flair is big enough that she can lose to a legend, and it's not going to hurt her. It's just going to...
No, of course not.
It's going to be a blip. I mean, really, this match doesn't really change anything. And especially if Trish Stratus is retiring or even taking a break, why not let her go out and have no?
It's possible. Monty agrees with you on that. And thank you for the compliment on my mohawk. Gory did a good job touching it up today because it was starting to grow out on the sides. My thing is, though, I just think this is a passing of the torch. Really? I think that Trish is coming, and Charlotte
There's no belt involved or anything.
Exactly.
Charlotte's already proved herself.
Well, that's the whole point. There is no belt involved. Charlotte needs something. She's not in the title picture. She's not with either belt. They're throwing this to her as, hold on, you'll be there again soon.
She's still the queen. I don't think she's taken any loss of fandom. Yeah, I gotta disagree with you on that one.
Sometimes the legend comes back just to give the rub to somebody young and up and coming more.
I mean, honestly, especially with like people who have just been watching WWE in the last 10 years, they may not even be that familiar with Trish Stratus.
Oh, that kind of proves my point more, though. They'd give it to the one they know. Because why build somebody else up if they're already retired? But, I don't know. I could see Trish winning it, though. I'm just going with Charlotte on that one. Alright, here we go. Kevin Owens, also from the same area. He's going to get that big.
Where is he from? Because I didn't know that he was from Canada.
He's Canadian.
Well, whereabouts?
I don't know.
Not Toronto, though.
Not exactly, but he is I mean, I could be wrong. He might be from Toronto. But
look how smug he looks.
Look how smug Shane McMahon.
He looks like he just took a fart in that room and he don't give a shit. Like, fucking smell that
Shane McMahon looks like he smells it. Shane McMahon looks like Brewster.
This is what's happening here. Kevin Owens just took a nasty fart. And he's just like, I'm gonna fucking sit in this awful mess. I don't care because I know at least Shane is suffering. And Shane is like trying to be Mr. Money, trying to be Mr. Smiles, Mr. McMahon. And he's just trying to smile. That's what's happening.
He's choking on fart. Monty G says it wouldn't surprise him if CM Punk shows up. Well, I do hear he's coming back to wrestling, but I don't think it's to WWE.
I actually have a theory about that. I do think WWE's probably might want to capitalize on his new movie, and they might have him, if they're going to have him show up, it's going to be closer to the movie, though, I think, in October.
Yeah. Though, It isn't a WWE film, so I don't think they care too much, but...
Yeah, but they might want to try and get that extra press. I mean, so far I haven't seen the movie promoted a lot, though, so it depends on how big it's going to be, like how wide a release it's going to be. But if it's going to be like a big release thing, they might want to try and get some of that.
I'm sure they're going to try. I just have a feeling that if...
I don't know if he would agree to that.
I think he's more down for...
the outs.
He's agreed to some indie appearances, and I think, if anything, he's going to go to AEW, but we'll see.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up in WWE either. Why can't I talk today? Oh, because I have a mask on.
But, like, Impacts...
So, did you write that down? Danny, take a note.
So, I'm going with the Canadian Wonder here. He's going to save the day, beat the evil Shane McMahon, because honestly, if he loses, he's supposed to have to retire and quit WWE, and I don't think Kevin Owens is quitting WWE, so...
Personally, I think all Canadians are wonders that just make our lives better.
He's going to be the appeal to, okay, Canada, sorry, you got some losses here.
I don't think it counts because he's not from Toronto. They want hometown winner. Trish Stratus has got it, but I do still think Kevin Owens is going to win this, so...
All right. KO Shane.
I think it's time. I think, especially because Kevin Owens used to be kind of billed as like, you know, a villain, especially when him and Shane were like teaming up and stuff. I think, he kind of needs like a little bit of a, because in this equation, I mean, the way I see it, he's the face.
Oh, he is the face now. He's he's basically the new Stone Cold.
Exactly.
And
so he's like an anti-hero type of character type of thing. And I think this is exactly like this would perfectly fit that narrative if he won.
He's stayed his own personality, but he's now using it to attack the other heels, such as Shane and stuff. So.
You know, a few people are doing that. Natalia's gotten a little more fierce. Bayley has. Obviously, Becky Lynch is kind of owning that right now.
Yeah, she's been owning it for a while, but yeah, a lot of people are following suit. So
yeah.
So now we got the women's
side note.
SmackDown
I
title.
follow Alexa Bliss on Instagram and saw the cutest picture of her driving with Ember Moon in the back seat.
Yeah, her and Ember Moon are actually really good friends.
Yeah, pretty cute.
And she's actually good friends with Nikki Cross, explaining why the storyline that they're friends all of a sudden. Because in storyline, it's kind of like, what? That wouldn't make sense. Why would they be friends? But in real life, they really are friends. So.
Squad goals.
And they're all really short, all three of them. So maybe that's why.
Sizes.
It's just true though. I think Alexa Bliss tends to be good friends with the small ones.
So recap on the last pay-per-view. It actually ended kind of surprising. Bayley got the belt, but then she basically kind of invited Ember Moon to have like a rivalry with her.
Yeah,
but it's a very friendly rivalry. Like there was kind of like
it was, but then
I haven't been following it on SmackDown. Did it get ugly? Because from what I saw, it looked like she was trying to.
It got ugly, but then it got friendly again. Because they teamed up, and then like while Charlotte was there, Ember Moon hit her move on Charlotte, but then she also hit her move on Bayley, and then they like were a tag team, and then they they lost their match to Nikki and Bliss. And then Bayley picked her up, like, it's okay, Ember Moon, but then hit her move on Ember Moon, like, ha ha ha, that's what you get. Like, picked you up and became your friend, but just to give you my finisher. But then Natalya went crazy on Ember Moon, and Bayley went out there to help her, so maybe I don't know. It's not being very consistent on if they are friendly or not. So.
I'm liking Ember Moon's outfit there. Bayley's looks like it has the My Little Pony logo on it. Something weird. Or it looks like, like back in the 90s when everyone used to wear body gloves, bathing suits, kind of like that.
I don't know. But...
You know what I'm talking about. Remember they had the heat thing? Those were so cool. Bring those back, somebody.
So who do you think Bayley's going to... She's had that belt since WrestleMania.
I don't think it's going to change.
Or since Money in the Bank, I mean. She's had it since Money in the Bank.
I think this is a good pairing. They are very much day and night. Bayley's all sunny and kind of the girl next door, kid sister, and Ember Moon is, all about like evil and darkness, but she's like still a nice girl. So I think this is a good pairing, and I think I want to see this go on a little bit longer, and I want Ember to really earn that win when she gets it. So I'm gonna say Bayley retains.
I could very well see that. I'm actually very torn on this one. Because I just feel like there's a good chance she's going to retain it, but I also feel like out of all the title matches, this one has probably the best chance of switching hands. And I feel like one of the belts needs to be switched. So I'm going to go with it being on this one.
Ember?
I'm going to go with Ember just because I think the
All
one
right.
belt needs to change hands, and out of all of them, this one seems like it could be the most likely to do
That is
it.
a very valid point.
So, I don't know.
And I just like it when we pick different stuff because it makes it more exciting.
Yeah, that too. Though I won't be surprised if Bayley does retain. It's just, I'm very down the middle on this,
So far, it looks like Monty and I have the exact same
You
picks.
tend to be on the same page with one another.
Really?
It tends to happen.
I haven't noticed in the past. But,
Well,
that's
even when
pretty
you
cool.
don't have, like, exactly the same picks personally, Monty always picks that you're going to
I
win
feel
against
like
us.
Monty is one of the wisest members of the horror community. So I think it makes sense that he and I would agree and that he would pick me.
He is very wise.
Very wise.
Monty knows his shit.
Just such a nice guy, too.
Yes, very nice. Speaking of nice, we got Kofi Kingston, and
Nice segue.
he is going to defend his WWE Championship to the man who held him back. The one the
How
one who
exciting
yelled
is it?
stupid at him several times just because he messed up one little thing. He was supposed to get punted in the head, but he got up ready for an RKO instead. So Orton told everybody that he belongs back down in the mid-card, and 10 years later, 11 years later actually, finally has gotten a chance.
I am most excited for this match. I think this is going to be the best match on the show. I think we're going to see the RKO. I think we're going to see Trouble in Paradise. One of those is going to lead to the end. I think this is going to be a really good, really fun, match with a lot of high flying from Kofi. This is exactly what Kofi needs. I mean, Kofi's journey has been really, really fun, but he hasn't quite gone up against anybody of Orton's caliber, in my opinion. So I think this is good. And then bringing out the past rivalry, I feel like it perfectly fits this journey he's on and kind of overcoming that. I would say what I would like to see, I don't know if we're going to see it, but Orton has been showing up in WWE less and less over the years, a little more sporadic.
Mm-hmm.
I think people want this to be kind of a...
The final boss, in a sense.
Yes.
His big boss.
But I think because what Orton's did towards Kofi was so personal,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see Kofi win, and I would like to see Randy Orton do some kind of a, like, you earned this, buddy, like, give him a handshake or something.
That'd be
I don't know
nice.
if he will, Orton can be a dick.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the fans would love it. I would love it.
I wouldn't even be surprised if he did shake his hand, but then still hit an RKO afterwards.
I allow it.
But
I just like seeing the RKO, and I
I
like seeing
just
Trouble in
feel
Paradise. So.
like if Kofi was in Kill Bill, Orton would be his Bill.
I agree.
It's
I
all come
agree.
down to this. Like, I'd say Daniel Bryan is of that caliber, but it wasn't personal there.
Well, what I also mean is
And that was
they're
weird.
better matched, too, because of their wrestling styles.
Yeah.
So Daniel Bryan is of a very high caliber, and I feel like that was kind of the beginning of it. You need to do something really big at the beginning to show that you got it, But their wrestling styles aren't quite as well matched as Kofi and Randy.
I'm looking forward to it. I just hope it doesn't end with stupid yelling.
Yeah.
Unless it's supposed to be like a callback or something. But...
I'm also really biased. I love Kofi Kingston so much. I love everybody in A New Day, and I'm not the biggest Randy Orton fan. So
No, but-
really, I like this journey of Kofi Kingston, and I think it still has a ways to go.
I think it shouldn't end until he at least redeems with this. Like, I don't think it should end until he beats Orton. The man
After
who said it
this,
all.
I would be fine if it changed hands, but I also would be fine with him having it for even the rest of the year. I just love Kofi Kingston so much.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
going
Becky's
with Kofi.
had belts for how long now? I mean,
Since WrestleMania.
the fans,
But we're both going with Kofi, and that's just how I feel. However, never count Triple H's boy
Yeah,
Orton
that's
out.
the thing, right?
He could be the one to piss the party here.
He comes in a lot out of nowhere after being gone for months, even a year, and pull up a win. So you never
And
know.
I honestly do think he will maybe be the person to beat Kofi for it, but I think it'd be the next pay-per-view. Like, I think, like we said, Kofi wins this one. Maybe there is a handshake, but then an RKO again. Orton then finds a way to take it off him next pay-per-view.
It would be interesting. I mean, we haven't seen Randy Orton a whole lot lately, so...
And this might be just fantasy booking here, but if they really want to keep going with The Fiend, if you did put the belt on Orton next, it would be great for The Fiend then to go get his revenge on Orton, because he also has personal beef with Orton.
Yeah, I would like that.
And therefore, everybody would cheer The Fiend on to get it, because everybody is going to want Bray to get that belt pretty soon. And
I'll put that on my wish list. I don't know if we're going to see any more Randy Orton, though. I don't know if this is just a one-off.
It might be. You never know with him. Sometimes he sticks around, sometimes he just shows up and leaves.
Mysterious.
I don't know. Yeah.
Viper snakes.
And now we got the Raw Women's Championship with Becky Lynch, the man. I think in the video game what it is hinting from the commercial is that she will be the first female story mode.
Oh, really?
Where they'll finally have a story mode for Becky Lynch in the game.
I do know that all the wrestlers are playable characters, and I do know she and... Well, there's a lot of people left out in the last one. And I do know that she and Roman Reigns are on the cover, which in WWE world means that belt isn't coming off her anytime soon.
Well...
She's going to have it at least until the game comes out.
The commercial shows, like, Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, Roman Reigns, and everybody, like, in this fancy party, but they're all men. And they're all wearing, like it's a gentleman's club type thing. She crashes in through the ceiling. She's got a tux on, and then they're like, good job. And then they give her a drink. So I feel like she's breaking that ceiling. There is going to be a playable storyline mode. I don't know if that means... I don't know if that means you can create a character female and then have her go on a story mode, or if you can play the story mode, but you have to be Becky. Because sometimes, you have to be Stone Cold. Sometimes you have to be that. Sometimes it's a creative character, and you can do whatever the hell you want.
I do think it's going to be more than one thing, because I do think a lot of female wrestlers have been missing from the last couple games. And I do think we are going to get a full female roster in the game. And I think that's part of it. But, yeah, I absolutely think female story mode's coming in.
Yeah, at least or a Becky Lynch story
mode. And Natalya is also from Toronto, which Natalya's looking good these days.
She's not from Toronto.
She isn't?
Well,
I could have sworn she's from Toronto.
I know the Hearts are notoriously from the Calgary area, which is by Edmonton. It's on the other end of Canada.
That doesn't mean she is, though.
True, but...
I believe she's from Toronto.
I'm pretty sure she's from Calgary, but I don't know.
Look that shit up.
Either way, she is from Canada.
Kaneka, so. Yeah?
Yep.
Anyhow, I'm pretty sure this is her hometown. I believe the only Toronto natives are her and Trish Stratus. Yeah, I don't see her winning, even though she's in her hometown, even though Canada, Becky's way too hot right now. And with her being on the game, I just don't see it happening.
No, yeah, she's keeping that belt.
So I feel that's why I said earlier that I think Trish Stratus is going to win, because I feel like that's their way of celebrating Toronto. I feel like that match is mostly because, like I was saying, a lot of people who only been watching the last decade may not really know Trish Stratus, but if you're from Toronto, you do. I feel like that match is all about Toronto.
Yep. I'm just going for Lynch because she's going to win. Though it is a submission
I also feel like that's
match.
why Natalya is against Becky Lynch, who's probably the hottest female wrestler right now. It's like, okay, she's not going to win, but having her with that opponent who is so well received at the moment in her hometown, I think that Canada's going to freak out about it. So it looks like the card is very well tailored to given the Canada Toronto crowd a really good show.
Yeah, though WWE likes to mess with Canada sometimes, because Canada likes to mess with them back. I mean, it is where the Montreal Screwjob happened. Plus, when, the Hogan was the heel, and they brought him back, and he fought The Rock, and it was one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time, though. The Rock was the face, but he got booed to the point where Hogan was getting cheered, where they had to switch mid-match. Okay, you be the face, I'll be the heel. They just had to switch it up, just because Canada, is called Bizarro Land. They always say that, the announcers oh, we're in Canada, it means Bizarro Land. They cheer for
You know what I would really like? I'd like them to take, two of the sexiest wrestlers, like Big E and Finn Balor, and have them, in a Punten, fight to the death, in a big pool of Punten.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to lick Punten off of Big E, right?
Poontine? Poontang?
I think Queenie told me it's Poontins. I've been trying to say it differently.
Poontine?
Poonannies.
I don't know, when I go up there, the wrestlers say Poontine, but I don't know. Anyway, the only way I could see Natalya winning this is a reverse Montreal Screwjob, where she puts Becky in the sharpshooter, and even though Becky doesn't tap out, they ring the bell and they screw her over the same way that they did.
Well, and Natalya is a expert at submission.
She is.
So, but I think we're gonna get the
disarm her.
Disarm her. I think that's what we're gonna get to help Becky win.
Yeah.
But I also don't necessarily. I think Becky retains.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. I don't know if I don't think they're gonna give Natalya an embarrassing defeat. I just think Becky's gonna retain the belt.
All right, and then we got the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar. This time, he's the champion once again, because this is the WrestleMania rematch.
They love that belt to be around fucking Brock Lesnar. They fucking love it.
He's the only person that's bigger and redder than the belt. So.
I know. I want to say Seth Rollins wins. I want to. He's earned it. He's talented enough, but I don't think it's going to happen. I bet against Brock in the past, and it shot me in the foot. So I'm going to say Brock Lesnar.
Well, they already gave Rollins his big WrestleMania moment of defeating the Beast, and just to turn around and let the Beast beat him back for it. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be somebody else that beats him this time. I don't think it's going to be Rollins. I
don't think it's going to be Rollins.
Rollins has also put his foot in his mouth a few times recently, and fans have soured on him a little bit, so he's not really the top guy in most fans' eyes anymore.
Who could you see taking him down?
Well, if Paul Heyman, who's now in charge of Raw...
I would love to see it be Becky. That'd be hilarious.
Paul Heyman, who is Brock Lesnar's advocate, but in non-kayfabe terms, he's just...
announcer.
Yeah, but that's kayfabe-wise. That's, like, storyline-wise. In real life, he has now taken control of the reins of Raw, and he promises that he wants to push Braun Strowman to the moon, because he says it's highly overdue. So that's probably who I will see.
Braun Strowman would... But they've had that match before.
They have, but he never won. It'd be his time to finally win. The last time they had that match, Baron Corbin hit him in the back of the head with the belt, and that was like on Crown Jewel, and he got cheated out of it. So I don't know. That's where I think they're going.
I do like the Monster and the Beast going head to head. Get these hands! I just need more Braun Strowman in my life. Sprinklers outside. It's almost over, dude. So hot.
Okay. So, I don't know. I'm just going to say Brock retains. Who do you got?
I already told you, Brock.
Okay.
Said it before you did. You're just copying.
Sure you are.
Which also Monty agrees.
Yeah. I'm not really looking forward to that match, though. I've seen it.
It's going to be boring.
Seen it.
I've seen it. Don't care.
Alright. So. But... Alright, some possibilities real quick.
We have that are different?
Some possibilities real quick, just in case.
Can I say one thing before you start, though? How annoyed are you with the last few pay-per-views where they just changed the card last minute?
Well, that's what I'm going to say, because even though it's not announced, we might get this somewhere in the pre-show or something, but if the women's tag titles show up, which the new champions, Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss... they might take on somebody like the Iconics, since the Iconics were the former champions. Or they might take on the Kabuki Warriors or whoever. I'm just going to say they retain. If they show up on there, I'm going to just say they retain. Because it's a possibility that they might make that a pre-match.
Around so much the last couple. They keep adding matches that we didn't know about.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying they might do that. So if the women's tag team show up, I'm just going to say, if any of the tag teams show up, if New Day or
I love a New Day.
The club or whatever, if they show up, I'm just going to say if a tag team title match is announced or shows up unannounced, whoever the tag champions are, they retain. So let's just throwing that out there for all the tag divisions. And, Rowan, Daniel Bryan's lackey, has been, by Buddy Murphy, verbally pointed out to Roman Reigns that he is the one who's trying to kill Roman Reigns. So if Roman Reigns and Rowan have a match, I'll say Roman Reigns wins.
They also really love Roman Reigns. He is on the cover of the game. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Roman Reigns was the one that they had take him down. They love to push that boy.
And it might be unannounced, but who knows, maybe Shinsuke will show up with his belt, and if so, he'll probably lose, probably to Ali. Cause
Yeah, they've done him wrong.
I don't know. It might be a Shinsuke Ale for
How many do we have that are
IC
different?
title. That are different? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 that are different.
So, Monty, who do you think's going to win? Or anybody else, if you're watching this later, me retaining this lovely belt, or Danny?
I was thinking the punishment should be a hot shot.
What does that mean?
Like a salsa.
Like watching
hot
the movie?
salsa,
I love that movie.
Like like a shot glass of hot sauce for the summer heat of SummerSlam.
Can it be garnished with like a little sprinkling of pepper? I just want to use the peppers. Just take like a
Well, I'm
going to
already be eating a pepper shake no matter
Oh,
what.
see, now he says, even though we had the same picks, now he thinks you're going to win.
That means he thinks that he's wrong. Well, Monty, thank you. I don't know.
I just got this back at the last one. I've only had it for one pay-per-view.
Yeah, but he's always been behind you. That's the first time he
That's
said he
true.
thinks I'm going to win.
God, way to turn heel, Monty.
Swerve, didn't see it coming. So, yeah.
Just a little bit, like you take the cheese grater, a little bit of pepper on top of the shot. Just a little garnish. What do you think of that?
I think that might happen. Who knows? Oh, yeah.
Oh, you could even take the mincer and get really tiny little grains of the pepper, and then do you lick it off your hand afterwards.
Sure. I'm just gonna say hot shot right now. We can work out the details later.
You're gonna do it.
Well, I might just
I'm
down
gonna
it with my milkshake, or you might down it while I take a milkshake. We'll do it at the same time. We're gonna film that probably
You know
on
what
Monday.
you could do? You could do like they do with like trash cans, like the drink where you take the shot and you put it in your drink.
If I lose, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna lose.
So then I'll just do them both at the same time.
Yeah.
But either way,
you're probably, but it's really healthy and from the garden, so you're welcome.
Yeah. Either way, we're gonna film the punishments on Monday.
Haha.
All right, so
I'm all caught up in punishments, right?
Yeah, unless you lose this one.
I won't. This was I felt like this was a pretty easy card to predict. The ones I think could maybe go either way.
Yeah.
I think you might be right about AJ retaining the belt. I don't know. That one could go either way.
It could.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte Flair won.
Never bet against the Queen.
But yeah, it's good to keep things interesting.
All right. Well, Monty, thank you for sharing with us as well and being here. And for those that didn't watch this live, let us know what your predictions are down below and who you think should win.
And we also talk about horror movies, so you can check out Horror Addicts on YouTube or Gory Movie on YouTube. I'm sure you guys already know this stuff, though, because I think the people who watch us are our friends from Horror Addicts.
I think that and a couple of, some wrestling friends I have. But they don't usually comment, so.
Alrighty. Well,
all right.
Lucha Gory out.
War out.
I like that better, yeah. War out.
War out.